Yeah. Alright, hello everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. The last time we were here, my computer literally exploded. Like, we fought the guy in the basement here, and just as we won, there was a loud bang, and my power supply capacitor overloaded. It exploded, and it took a chunk of the wiring in my house with it. It took me a while to get set up. We missed the weekend stream. But at least it was the power supply. That's an easy, cheap fix. Now let's see if we remember how to play. I mean, things aren't looking great. Yeah, he's back. Get him. Whoop. I see that dragon communion the seal. Give me the finisher. He was easier the second time. Now right here was when my computer exploded. But it looks like we're good today. Whew, hello. Epenian? Epenian? Wonder if I'm pronouncing that right. Is there a Grace in here? No, there must be one like right out here, right? What am I doing with my life? I'm adding things to endurance. That's what I'm doing. Is this gonna be like one of those pretty, like, come out and see a cool environment? It doesn't seem like it. Feels like dark woods. Foot of the jagged peak. You know, it's looking a little prettier. Just getting started. Are we just getting started? There's definitely a dragon down there. That one looks alive. The wind's picking up. This is a cool area. Ipenian. That's how you pronounce your name. Ooh. Baal. O terror incarnate, again I stand afore ye. Is this what I'm here for? I think I'm fighting a dragon boss. I'm not as concerned as you might think. Oof. Boop. I don't imagine this is Bale. You're just another ghost flame dragon, aren't you? Oh no, you're a jagged peak dragon. Go figure, he doesn't seem to mind fire. Oh. Will I be okay? Please stop running away. Boy, the fire just really doesn't slow down with this guy. Do I like the game? You're on your first playthrough and thinking about buying the DLC. The DLC is worth it if you like the base game. Like, that's all it is to it. Like, this is just more Elden Ring. Like, it's really well done. So, like, it doesn't feel like there's anything particularly new here. I guess the story is a lot more present, a lot more in your face. Like, there's so many things that you can easily miss in the base game. But in this game, it's like Miklo is here, 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 and he did these things. And people have certain feelings about those. Oh, you're gonna breathe fire on me, aren't you? Learn a new trick. Oh God. Come on. chop, 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 chop. Move, move, move. I just need the one shot. You know what? Swipe your way over here. Get chopped. Oh. He got the finishing blow. I was right in front of his face. Well, that was fun. Did you hear that, Bale? I'm coming for you. Alright. Let's head south to Charo's grave. But yeah, like, so the DLC, it really doesn't feel much different from the base game. In fact, like, that's the best part of it. Like, if you're playing the DLC, it's just a lot more of the same. Now, a lot of people had a lot of trouble with the DLC. I think the biggest problem they had is they got so used to the base game, and the base game didn't provide a challenge. Because a lot of Elden Ring is kind of a memorization game. And I think people kind of forget that. And so they're like, oh man, I'm so good at this game. When really they just know when to dodge, know when to attack, know the OP weapons. And so they came in the DLC and just got steamrolled. And they're like, oh, this game, it's too hard. And I'm like, that's the idea. It's not too hard, it's exactly the same hard. Visions of friend. Aw. Ah, there's another Grace. This guy hasn't been having a good time. Oh, hey. A dragon communion altar. And is that somebody to actually talk to? What's up?
Warrior true, picture yourself, feasting upon a dragon's essence, on the throbbing heart of the oldest, vilest dragon of them all. It would be the purest form of communion, the fullest sating of your hunger and your consummation as a dragon whole.
Sure. Do we want it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll devour some dragon essence.
Yes,
why not?
as it should be. Now, seek the jagged peak. There you will find Bale, the oldest and vilest of all dragons, landbound warrior. Follow your desire and slay the foul beast. Devour its throbbing heart. I will grant you the strength required. In the name of my lord, Placidusax.
Oh, neat. Wonder if that's an important item. You usually just brute force your way through and get lucky eventually. Still don't know how you beat Radon. You rolled at the right time during that one attack.
What is it that
Or
you need?
you didn't get hit by it anyway. Anyway, about this Bale.
In a time long past, Bale turned upon the Dragon Lord. The foul traitor assailed our master and inflicted a grievous wound, only to make a hasty retreat, becoming a sworn enemy of the brood. Since that day, Bale and his bloodline, the Drakes, have served as sacrifices for Dragon Communion, land-bound warrior. My lord, Placidusax, has shown your kind what must be done. Seek communion. Sate your boundless appetite. Feel the euphoria of a dragon's essence taking root in your meager frame.
If I ask
In a
again.
time long past, the foul traitor becoming a sworn enemy.
Nothing new there. Communion with Bale. Some incantations that I can't cast because they're arcane based. That makes sense. I like that the DLC seems to support like all builds. Oh right, I probably have enough runes to round out the numbers here. Oop. Now there's a way up this guy. I'm fairly certain. Do I just climb up the wing? There's stuff down there. Dragon Communion Harpoon. That sounds fun. It's not a regular spear? Sorry, what is it? It's a consumable. Oh, of course. What? Throw to inflict damage with anti-dragon effect. Neat. Obviously, it's my fault for assuming the harpoon was some kind of a weapon. Alright, we found the red flowers. Charo. I feel like there was a famous Brazilian celebrity of the same name. Does that ring a bell to anybody? Like, I think she was a dancer with gigantic boobs. I think that was her deal. That was her entire shtick. And so if we find her grave, well, let's just say it's gonna be fun. It'll be like Carnival all over again. Oh no. No, it's one of those. Alright, you. How dare you summon that guy? Like, that's just one of the worst things you could do. Had enough of those in the Halig tree. Like, that was one of the gravest insults I can imagine. Just summon the worst enemy in the game. Oop. I think I chose the wrong one to attack. And would you look at that, there's plenty more. To think, what else can I say about the DLC? Like, I think it's worth it for a lot of people. Like, if you're the type of person who would go into New Game Plus for this game, and this game is way more than worth it. Or this DLC is way more than worth it. But if you're like me, your ADHD doesn't allow you to hold interest for the game for very long, it might not be. Because by the time I beat the Elden Beast and Malenia, I'm a little sick of the game. Like, I've had enough. And I have, like, no interest in going further. And yet, here I am. It's kind of why I'm, like, going out of my way to do everything in the DLC. Because if I don't do everything, like, I don't think I'm ever going to be back here again. Oh, God! Everybody burn. Drink and burn, drink and burn. Good morning, Silent Sleeper. How are you doing? Did I get them all? That was rough. Oop. And I didn't. And that didn't give me enough cover. You're groovy, how am I? I'm doing okay. There's not too much DLC left. So, let's see. We came down here. We've got to go across this area. There's a hidden grave or something cool over here we're looking for. And we also have to cross this bridge, head up to the jagged peak, and fight a giant dragon. And then we have to find our way into this area, which I think we have to go through the castle, find our way out to this point, and then head down the river. And there's a catacombs that leads down to this point. I had to Google and spoil some things for me just because I didn't know how to find half this stuff. Like, we almost accidentally beat the DLC in like half the time we should. We would have missed half the stuff. Is this the way? You plan on bridging out to other Soul games after you beat it? That's a good plan. Like, I feel like Elden Ring is a good starter Dark Souls or Souls-like. Because this is the only Souls-like game I've ever beaten. And a lot of that is because you don't get stuck in Elden Ring. If you get stuck in Elden Ring, you can just leave and go somewhere else. But in like previous Dark Souls, it felt a lot more linear. Like, you had to go to this area next. And if you couldn't handle it, you just couldn't handle it. But if you beat this game, I feel like you've gotten to the point where you've learned to beat just about anything in the previous Dark Souls games. Ugh. If you could just, you know, get your poise broken, that would be sweet. Oh, right. Die for real. Alright, now you've got a lot of skelly men here. Just another cookbook. I've found so many cookbooks. I'm not even gonna hang out and fight your skeletons.